Yeah, morning traders. A good day to be risk. Certainly in the equity market once again. We've got further higher highs coming through in the NASDAQ, the S&P, and you've got the Russell also looking very strong at the moment. That's where you've got the outperformance playing through as we look ahead for more regional banks to come out with their earnings in the short term. We've got the Dow making technical breakouts as well. So certainly, the pain trade remains to be to the upside, even though CTAs are max long this market. People are chasing where they can. And FOMO seems to be pretty real. But now what we've been seeing, it's really been the tech trade that's worked once again. Microsoft largely behind that. They've come out with and announced, their pricing around the 365 Copilot solution, more information about what's happening, their involvement in AI. But that's going to cost customers an extra $30 on top of what they're already paying. Nvidia are also having a good gain, up 2.2%. They've added an extra $25 billion of market cap. But clearly, you can see good breakouts in Netflix. We're obviously watching them in the session ahead. They're coming with earnings after market. The implied move for them is 8.3%. IBM as well, coming out with numbers. The stock looks pretty good there. And also Tesla more on the discretionary side, although you could call it an AI stock. That's just broken out as well. So something I'm watching because they're coming out with numbers once again after market, and the implied move there about 6%. We've seen good gains in financials, having a look at the XLF and more so on the KREs. So if you look at that on the regional side, really, really good gains there. And that's showing really good signs of movement there as we look at these regional banks who are reporting. But certainly banks looking pretty tasty on the session. We're seeing Bank of America come out with good earnings. Stocks up 4.2%. We've also seen Morgan Stanley. And as we look ahead, we've got Goldman Sachs numbers there as well. So equities doing really well. Certainly fixed income's been pretty flat. We've got twos up a couple of basis points on treasuries. But elsewhere out the curve, 5s to 10s, we've seen a little bit of buying and yields are sort of 1-2 basis points lower there. No real moves in reals. And you've seen the dollar pretty flat on the day. You've seen them buying in the Swedish, the Stocky, and also against the South African rand. But we've seen sterling under a little bit of pressure, grinding higher, grinding lower into 130, and we've got our eyes on UK CPI numbers in the session ahead. Do watch that Aussie dollar exposure. We're trading around 68 cents at the moment. We've got our eyes on Aussie jobs in the session ahead. The market's pricing about 9 basis points for next RBA meeting. Good gains in gold as well, up 1.2%, so we're expecting that to fire up. We're watching Asia very closely today, expecting positive open.